got going on?
Well, this is called Rubio Pre-Color Easy. So this is a water-based stain that we put down before we put the hard wax finish down. And this one looks a little bit yellow compared to the wood that I'm putting it onto. But,
Look like you got some dark spots there,
where?
right under your paddle, right there,
Here?
right there, yeah.
That's actually the piece of fur that's a little bit dark. I can try to put a little more on it, but I don't know if it'll lighten up very much more. I'll try. So I'm doing this in stripes down the length of the floor to prevent a dry spot and doubling up the finish. You can see here the difference in the color.
Oh, so the entryway's done.
Yep. The way this works, you can get the stain, which is what we're putting on here, and the top coat in many different colors. So,
Why did you choose this yellow?
so we're trying to make the final product look a little bit like the natural wood. The oil itself tints the if you put down the clear oil, which is called clear or natural, it does actually change the color. So we're trying to get back to what it would look like if we hadn't put anything on it at all, more like what I'm kneeling on right now. And it's a little bit tricky.
I think the part of the story we're not talking about at this moment is that there's some really dark urine stains. So what you're working on there is natural to the wood. There's other areas that are not natural. They were years and years of pet damage. And instead of staining the floors dark, because the wood is so soft, and scrapes and scuffs cut through and show the lighter wood underneath, we thought we'd try to go a little bit lighter, but not in a trendy way, but just sort of in a raw, sanded, preservation kind of way. Am I
Yeah.
saying that well?
Yep, I think so. So, think about it, since there are different colors of base stain, like if we wanted to do them black, we could put down a black pre-color, which is this step, and we could put down a black tinted oil over the top of it, and then there's a third oil that you can put on top of that if you choose, which could also be tinted black, which that would give us a triple black. Could also do a white underneath with a black over the top of it, so it's transparent.
We'll show the color sample board where we
Yeah.
tried, experimented, yeah.
You could do black on the bottom and a white over the top of that. So there's like 13 pre-color colors, 13 of the other colors, and I don't remember how many of the third step there are, but basically, you know, if it was 12 by 12, you'd have 144 different combinations. And it all behaves differently on different species of wood.
So what's your wood here?
This is fir. And we struggled to find some examples of fir floor. That's why we're doing this. And we're going to put this on the internet so people can see how ours turned out when they're trying to make decisions for themselves.
So, again, the reason that you didn't just put clear down on the fur is not because we don't love natural wood, it's because it makes the urine spots darker and shows them more. The reason we didn't do dark is because the wood is so light underneath. It was dark before. As a matter of fact, these are down to their last sand. This is the last hurrah for these floors. When these get scratched, Rubio and worn, because they will be worn, we can come back and spot treat with this product, which is another thing we liked about it. It works only with bare wood, so when your bare wood becomes exposed again, you can retreat it and spot treat it, which is unlike other kinds of finishes. So there's a lot of advantages to this product, but it was pretty scary to determine, to be responsible for, you know, some what felt like legacy floors, how to be respectful of the house and how to sort of let them live their highest and best life here. And I think it looks really good. I think it mutes out some of the darker spots, which we did a lot of bleaching on this floor, so you can see these are definitely not, you know, these are not naturally occurring discoloration areas. I'll come back here and show you. And we have patching and stuff like that. We even actually have a little cork patch somebody did right here, which we're leaving because we think it's, you know, it's part of the history of the house. But we know we would put furniture down and all of those kinds of things, but this area up at the front, you know, by the nice corner window, if you put just regular clear oil on it, it's going to make that go a lot darker. So with this particular technique, you can kind of give a little bit of a disguise, a little bit of like makeup, as you know, to kind of, you know, help those blend a little bit more. But they'll never leave. We really worked very hard with Daly's wood bleach, had good results from hydrogen peroxide. Was really the cheaper, easier way, and really let it soak. And you see, you would be surprised. I think we have before and after shots that we can show you. You see the end grains here have some dark discoloration to them, and that's from the previous dark stain. And so those are going to just be with us and part of the story of the floors of this house. This is the hallway that's already been treated with the Rubio, for the first coat of the Rubio. Goodness, there's a lot of work left to be done there. Our wood grate that we put in and set into the floor is kind of in an awkward spot, but we thought would be worrisome, but it's been fine. There's this iron scaffold underneath it that supports your feet. This room's already been done, like I said, and over there by the door to the closet, there was a really dark stain there from years of walking in and out, I guess. And then some other discoloration from where furniture had been placed. So there will be furniture in here, and there'll probably be a rug, so it won't be the end of the world. It's all white, doing the upgraded architecturally correct light switches, and we'll replace all of the vent covers. We moved this door a little bit so that we could get furniture in here. We broke the light, but we have a new globe for that. And that's our kitchen back there. And this is the project for there. So we'll come back through and show you when the white light top coat goes down, but we are cut that. Didn't we cut the top oil to just be part white?
Nope.
It's a full white?
We're using it at full strength.
Okay, yeah.
That's the other thing, is you can mix all these. So if you've got a white base coat that you're or white pre-color,
Mhm.
you can mix it with another color. So really you wind up with an infinite number of possibilities. Not that it isn't bad enough to try to figure out what to use by a 13 by 13 by 13 matrix. And you can start mixing them together. Ultimately, it's just infinite what you can come up with. So you're spoiled for choice, and it makes it
Customizable.
hard to know how it's going to turn out.
So tell us about the tape. The tape is, you tape right down the seam edge of a board.
Yep.
You're using a special kind of tape.
It's,
And that keeps
it's just
overlap
painter's
from
tape,
happening.
but yeah, it's here to allow us to stop.
Stop and
without,
start.
Yeah, when this is done, I'll peel this tape back and I will, with these water-based stains, it's really easy to wind up with lap marks if you're working out in an area. If I finish this twice, it'll show up as looking like it's been finished twice. Too much finish on it. So, what we're doing is I will come back now and go to finish this side. I'll tape up to this side of the line, so it just gives us a place to start and stop.
And so how fast does it dry?
It's pretty quick.
You see you've got some swirls over there by the door that aren't maybe all the way worked in. Does that matter?
Here,
Oh,
yeah, I'm coming back to that.
you're coming back to all that, okay. And then you can walk on it, how soon? Shouldn't
an hour,
walk, yeah, should be in your socks if you, and
Yeah.
only if you have to, right?
I would say yes.
So that bottle that's sitting there, that's a mixture,
No, it's straight up. It's called
pre-color.
Vanilla cream, pre-color.
Oh,
Easy.
yeah, okay, pre-color easy, and you ordered your bottles online and from Amazon.
Yep. Just
And
as
then-
a way to be able to put it
And
down.
you just put it like
Targeted
mustard or
mayonnaise.
mayonnaise onto a sandwich.
Right.
Squirt it down as you go.
It looks like creme fraiche.
So what do you think the price point was like on this? It was pretty high? or
Yeah, it's
would you-
expensive.
Is it expensive?
Yeah, I can't remember, but I don't know, we'll have $800 or $1,000 in finishes. I think it's, the top coat is about $200 a liter, or is about, yeah, $200 a liter. But it goes a long way, so, you know, I've actually done everything out here so far. This little ketchup bottle has the last of 1 liter in it, so I don't think we'll use all of the second liter on what we've got going now.
You use this, made a little top to funnel down, pour it into your squeeze bottle. Okay, this stuff came online for you. You got an accelerator. Now this other step is the top.
Yep.
The top coat. So we'll talk more about that when we get to that step. Maintenance oil and other bits, but here's the little kit that we ordered of things we thought would be helpful towels, bottles, more towels. We water popped it. We cleaned the floor, so we came in with a wet towel and washed the floor, but we have this water sprayer that's our good friend now because we used it so much when we were taking the wallpaper down. It was really an important tool for us, but it's a really effective, nice little sprayer. This is some, just hydrogen peroxide left over from the bleaching that we used, and yeah. So how did you find this product?
I don't remember exactly. I came across it quite a while ago and became interested in it. Partly because, as you can see, I don't have a respirator on.
Yeah, it doesn't smell too bad.
It's got 0 VOCs, volatile organic compounds. That's the stuff when you have a Swedish oil down in your floor. That's the stuff that makes you stay awake for 3 days. That's why the guys who put it down wear respirators. It's not good for you. And so I was really curious when I came across this stuff.
It actually smells kind of good.
Yeah, it does.
Good in a kind of a, I don't know how to describe it. So you've got a buffer here. And so the buffer is going to be what you put clean white towels on.
Yeah, well, we use it to apply.
That's the top. The top
And then
coat.
we'll use it
We're
to
not out.
polish off. So,
Here, let me come get a little shot of. Just lay it down. Why'd you put a little more down? It just felt like you didn't have
looked
enough.
like it didn't have enough on it.
You just kind of add as you go, and then it bonds to the wood directly. And it won't, that's why you have to put what they call water popping in it. Which is just getting
Open
the
up the
wood,
grain.
yeah, opening the grain with water. Yeah. So that it receives the product. And then once it receives that as much as it can take, it stops receiving it, right?
Yeah, that's what the top color, the top coat. This is the Pre-Color Easy, which I guess is, say is just an aniline stain, which I don't know exactly what that means, but it's a water-based stain. If you put anything down, it makes a barrier between the wood fiber, like you couldn't put this over poly because it has to see wood fiber in order to activate.
Right.
So, oil-based stains, I think the oil interferes with what am I trying to say, with the reaction. And a lot of people now are doing basically what we're doing here, only they're using latex paint thin with water. That would work for us with Pre-Color or with Rubio, because essentially you're creating a barrier. You're painting the floor before you come along with Rubio. It's going to interfere with the reaction. So,
So we scoured the internet and YouTube to try and find some information about what to do on what is certainly probably a pretty common situation is people are trying to find old houses. For whatever reason, they find them because they love them or because they were an opportunity. Or ultimately, most folks try to see what can be done with the original floors. In most instances here in Washington State, Pacific Northwest, we use long grain fir. There are boards in some of these houses that will run from one end of the house to the other, continuous.
We've got some in here that are 20 feet long.
20 feet long, tight grain, it's a little different than the fir you find today.
Vertical grain fir,
Yeah,
it's sawn crossways out of a log. So you just see the edges of the grain, and it basically looks like mines instead of normal wood grain that goes all over the place. It's pretty, you can't get this kind of lumber anymore.
but it was largely just considered, in the day, it was a subfloor, it was never, in those times, never,
Now it's really sought after. They've never made flooring out of these boards. Now they used to make doors,
right.
windows, or furniture, or something more. I bought some vertical grain fir to make the handrail, and that board cost me $90.
Yeah.
I think it was a 10-foot piece.
So worth the struggle, but definitely not without, you can't come to a project like this thinking it's gonna be, perfect, and you need to be the kind of folks who can embrace that to feel good about it, but, this product I think has been really good for us. Again, it's $1,000 to do, but this will be the full back area and the front, the bedroom, the hallway. And it's a good fit for us. I'm really pleased. I didn't want to do anything trendy and do a gray kind of wash or really overt kind of whitewash, because these things sort of become, they kind of come and go with people's appetite for change. So we didn't want to do anything identifiable to 2021. But hopefully this will just look like what we love, which is just the raw, honest look of this beautiful fir, and that it will, over time, as it starts to amber underneath, it will work with this color to kind of help the dark spots remain the star of the show. So good job, buddy.